What's up, everybody? It is Friday. I am back. I have my coffee as always, and today I'm checking out a new LOWKEY song. I've been requested to check out his second Fire in the Booth. I will probably do that at some point, but that's reasonably old. I would rather do stuff that is recent. So the song is Soundtrack to the Struggle 3. We'll get into it in just a minute. Before I do a couple things, I am streaming regularly these days, usually around 1, 2 o'clock Central Time US. If you're interested, come hang out and listen to me talk about politics and conspiracy theories. Not so much music. As far as music goes, please remember I am not a professional, not a vocal coach, so I'm not going to be diving into the weeds on production, stuff like that. And don't be a dick. This will likely be a emotional and politically charged video, and I would ask that nobody make me ban them from the channel. Don't say anything stupid in the comments, and you will not be treated like a moron by me. With that out of the way, let's get into it. This is Soundtrack to the Struggle 3 by LOWKEY.
Somewhere there was a child looking up at the sky. A contraption built with one aim: the taking of life. The child does not yet understand what this technology is, and that it will be used to kill him one day, but kill him it will. It was once said the role of an artist is to make you respect the moment a baby is born above all other moments. This is a message to the sour and the powerful. Our crew will never bow down to you like cowards do. All we know, reach towards the sun like the flowers do. When they snatch his life, I wonder the truth Malcolm knew. You care about celebrities, and every time their bowels move, we care about the enemy and watch the way their falcons zoom. And war is overkill, like an album with 1,000 tunes. Now the news won't tell you the truth about our views. For children of the camps, searching for electricity, constantly waiting for a destiny that they didn't see. I know I can't change the world with the next simile, but I can paint a vivid picture of the next victory. The soul lives on, even when you're dead physically. I wrote this song to lyrically in the trilogy. It won't be long, let me spell it explicitly. My voice will not die, even if they imprison me. I said the album's been in the making a quarter century. Over a decade later, I've still got the same energy, same insane enemies. It seems the pain never leaves. After Grenfell Burn was never the same mentally. Never for the fashion tags and massive ads. This is for political prisoners feeling trapped and sad. Not for the rapper pulling up in a flashy jag. It's for the person on the same street wrapped in rags. It's for the dad carrying his son in plastic bags. For the resistance wrapping cash in their elastic bands. Got him shaking like an addict's hand. From Camden to Kazakhstan, from Cali to Canberra Sands. Nothing can make me feel like the vocals of Make Khalil. So soulful it gave me chills. We wrote and our fate was sealed. Still vultures aiming to kill. Focus, the pain is real. Or the soldiers caging the feel. I hope that they can appeal. Death to Pharaoh. Like Musa, we were set to stream. For the refugees lost in the 7 seas. For the Mulethamine dying for a better dream. We forever grieve the cause we will never leave. They didn't sympathize till the sky caved in. It's sick of why these killers tried pimping my nation. Freestyle till I'm seen out for improvisation. You are looking at 4,000 years of civilization. Compared to other artists, it seems weird, cause I've been spitting this mean for 15 years. If a watermelon is how close you get to caring, how you expect to spot all the social engineering. Hope you feel these words when I spill these verbs. Never gonna silence me, they have to kill me first. But they know that though, so when I go back home, I know that every word is heard when I hold that phone. We won't give up, submit or back down. 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 We won't give up, submit.
Well, LOWKEY is the most significant artist to emerge from the street in the United Kingdom. In my lifetime, I think, not just a hip-hop artist, not just a broadcaster, but a man I call the philosopher king. Like me, he ain't no academic, bruv. But when you hear him speak, he should be at the United Nations. He should be in Parliament on the front bench. This is a man of towering intellect, integrity, and eloquence.
All right. Well, as I have done in the past when I cover more political songs, the song is good, the beat is good, you know, it's compelling. The video is compelling, you know, it's good storytelling. It's not really the point. I think, you know, obviously, again, you know, you want to make these songs good, right? You want to make them, you want to make people be interested in listening to them because of the beat or because of the lyrics or whatever. But the point is not really the song. And so I'm probably not going to spend most of my time talking about the song. You know, as you can tell pretty easily, I'm an American. And it's a trying time. Let me be very clear. You know, my struggle with the situation, the ongoing genocide, is not particularly difficult. You know, I have to watch my politicians, my public figures, you know, the people in this country who are supposed to represent me, supposed to represent America. I have to watch them get on TV and just lie their fucking faces off about what's going on, about the stuff that we know is happening, that has been admitted to in Israeli media, the video that we have seen published by soldiers themselves, just lying that they don't know what's going on, that they have talked to Israel and they're, you know, Biden told Netanyahu that they need to let aid into Rafah, right? That's what we're being told, and it's obvious bullshit. And I don't totally understand. Well, actually, no, I do. But we'll back up. My country, right? We are kind of known as the global police, for better and for worse, right? There are times when there's legitimate reason to have outside peacekeeping, right? But our interventions historically have not been out of altruism. You know, it's been out of American interests. And we are supposed to be this vanguard of the rules-based order, you know, civil rights and tribunals and the Geneva Convention, all this stuff. We're supposed to be, you know, the enforcers of that. Again, reality aside, let's just look at the picture we have painted of America. And yet, Israel continues, not just for a year, not just since the March of Return, not since 2019, not since 2014, not since 1981, which I recently saw a quote from somebody from the 80s talking about the Palestinian struggle. This has been just turned the head. And I think part of it is because, you know, our politicians know that Israel, at this point, and the Zionist project, they're not gonna listen. It is more important to our leaders to save face and try to maintain a foothold in the Middle East, a supposedly democratic foothold, where we can, you know, station troops and whatnot, than it is to actually have any sort of principle. When you think about the history of apartheid movements, and I don't just mean, you know, obviously Palestine, But South Africa, the United States, we have our own sins in doing apartheid, not just supporting apartheid, not just arming an apartheid government, but being one ourselves. You would think that that would mean something. And you would also think it's understandable for people who come from a system that was oppressing them for their skin color or for their nationality to support another group of people being oppressed for the same reason. And yet, if you speak up about it, you know, you can lose your job. If you wear a watermelon on your shirt, I just saw a clip last night, apparently Big Brother in England pulled an episode so that they could digitally remove a watermelon on somebody's shirt. I don't know even if that person was wearing a watermelon as a show of solidarity. You know, it could have been. Hopefully they were, right? But I don't know. It could have just been a shirt that has a fucking watermelon on it. And they're so terrified of, I guess, criticism from the right that they would rather erase that and remove the possibility of people thinking that it was in solidarity. You are not allowed to show solidarity. You are not allowed to even show objectivity, right? Objectively, if you look at what's going on, remove all the history, just take out all the context, the Nakba, all of it. Right now, the Zionist movement is bombing the shit out of both Palestine and Lebanon, trying to start a war with Iran, killing journalists, killing aid workers, bombing children to shit, bombing UN buildings, bombing schools and hospitals. You cannot tell me that that is justified. You can't. I will never believe you. You can say it with your face. You can try to convince me, oh, well, because of Hamas, you know, and I will say the side that I take spiritually, the side that I am on, is the same side as the Black Panthers. It's the same side as the IRA. It's the same side as the PLO. I am not myself a militant, and maybe I should be, right? Maybe I should be in the streets more. And I'm not. And, you know, I do what I can, which is, frankly, not very much. I have a small channel, and I want to speak truth when I can. You know, I want to try to be supportive. I want people to feel like there is somebody else who is taking what's going on seriously, right? But I don't believe that a resistance group fighting against an occupying force is wrong. I just don't. The Americans fought back against the British, who were an occupying force, right? And we are pretty damn proud of that we kicked the British out. I'm on the side of the Haitians who overthrew their slave owners and then were punished for it, right? Because to me, oppression is unacceptable. And I don't care if it's done by an ally or by an enemy. I don't want to see people oppressed, and I certainly don't want to see people oppressed for their race, their religion, or their color. And it's a genocide. It is a genocide. There is no argument. There is no argument you can make that will not make it not a genocide. It has been confirmed. It has been legally decided, which, you know, in my opinion, I didn't need it to be legally decided. Once I knew it was a campaign of extermination, you know, it does put you in mind of the 1940s. It should. It should. If you know anything about history, if you know anything about the language of dehumanization, you should be moving in your brain right back to 1944, because that's what's happening. That is the language being used. That is the attitude of much of the population. Not everybody, right? There are, I'll try to wrap this up, but let me be very, very clear. And I have said this every time I've done a video involving this topic. I will not brook any anti-Semitism. I will not stand for it. I will boot your ass. Okay? I will call you a fucking loser, and then I will ban you. And I make no bones about that. I am not objective. Okay? But I understand there is a difference between a motivated imperial genocide enjoyer, right, and somebody who is Jewish. There are a lot of Jewish people who are not pro-genocide. There are a lot of Jewish people in America and in Israel and, you know, probably Canada too, Germany, who have been arrested because of their support for the Palestinian cause. So I am not blanket labeling all Jewish people as Zionists, and I will not stand for anybody coming in with blanket hate of a group. That is unacceptable. At the same time, Zionism is an ideology. You are not born a Zionist. You are not. You don't have to be a Zionist. You choose to be a Zionist, right? And if you choose to be a Zionist, then I have contempt. And I think that contempt is well-founded and well-justified beyond any racial or ethnic issues. If your goal is to eradicate a people group and take their territory, I have contempt. And you cannot shake me on that. So far we have not had many issues in the comments. And, you know, I did both of those Macklemore songs. I have kind of held off. I don't know. You know, I don't want people to think that I am like trend hopping or trying to get into the Palestinian genocide stuff because it's in the news. That's not why I'm doing this. But the first two videos that I did, comments were pretty good. Okay, so I am being upfront to try and head off any problems, but mostly it has been positive. I will say again, I have gotten a few comments about my bravery, and like, I'm not fucking brave. I am not special. I am a guy with a camera sitting in his bedroom. Okay, I am not at risk. I am not hungry. I have not lost 85% of my family to bombs. I'm not that brave. Okay, I just feel like I'm going nuts. I've said it a couple times, and I'm rambling. Right, this video is dragging, but fuck it. I feel like this is important. I just feel like I'm going crazy. The sorts of things that I am being asked to accept at face value versus the reality that I can see, the videos that I have seen, the dead bodies that I have seen, the mass graves that I have seen, the people holding pieces of their children. And I am supposed to believe that is not only justified, but that I should be cheerleading for it. And that's what the news is saying in this country. I don't know about every country. I imagine throughout the global south, people are, you know, largely on the side of the Palestinians. But in this country, we are being told that what's happening is good. We should support it. You know, we're passing laws to ban protesting, to ban talking about Zionism, it's I could keep going, but I will not. It's a good song. I respect LOWKEY a lot. I've seen some of his interviews. I've seen some of his stuff. He's very passionate. He's very principled, and he's well educated. He, like, on the topic, right? He knows what he's talking about, and he is able to communicate it in a way that I think is powerful. So respect to him. You know, respect to the Palestinian people, both in the diaspora and in Palestine. I can't imagine what it would be like to be a Palestinian American or a Palestinian living in another country, seeing the news talking about how, you know, an airstrike, somehow mysteriously 50 people died in Jabalia or in Gaza, you know, and you know that 12 of those people were related to you. And you know how they died. You know what killed them. And the news just reports it as if it was sort of some sort, like it could have been, you know, just, we don't know. Well, I mean, it was a big explosion. And they were digging body parts out of the rubble. But we don't know why it happened. It could, you know. Anyway, enough. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, you know, this is one of my longer videos, and has very little to do about the music, but it's my channel, and I felt like this was more important to talk about. So, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Be good to each other, and don't talk to cops.